What is up, guys? It is Ludum Taters, and hey, we're doing an Alliance War video. It has been a long time. I think the last Alliance War video I uploaded was from Season 3, so it's been a minute, but we are going to be uploading more videos for Season 6, and this is the first war of Season 6. This was against MMXIV, as you guys probably know if you watched Brian's war video, and yeah, we're just going to be starting from the beginning of the season, and I'll try to catch up here over the next week or two. But this first fight, node 10, is a 455 Punisher, and I believe on this node it's just like a defensive node, so he doesn't throw his specials as willingly, stuff like that. And you see here, I am going to screw up. I tried double evading that, and what I really meant to do was just evade the first part and then block the rest. And honestly, I didn't need to evade any of it, but I tried, I failed, and yeah, it cost me 30% health. So I'm just going to be waiting out his indestructible here, and then I can just hit into his block, anything. I can't remember. There we go. We're just going to parry bleed him, and he's dead. So kind of an antsy first fight to the season. But this next fight is node 16. And it is a 565 Cosmic Champion. I know that it's the champion, but just to show you guys here, I do check the attack side here, and Jenter is using Corvus on attack. So I know for certain that that is the champion. Now, I do back out here, and I did a duel, and really the champion is not terribly difficult. There's really only one thing that you need to concern yourself with against him, and I will show you that. Now, this was during the free mastery reset week, so I reset my masteries for almost every fight, I believe. And in this fight, I am running 4 out of 5 Mystic Dispersion. When Mystic Dispersion was refunded, I only unlocked 4 levels after I got the refund. So now here, I'm going to attack into him. And when you see that Primal Fury buff, then back off, because he's going to get an Unstoppable buff, and if you continue to hit into him, he'll just pound you. So I just wanted to illustrate that. Here, you guys see clearly that I stopped my attack mid-combo because I know that he's going to get that Primal Fury. Now I've got 3 bars of power. With Magik, obviously, I will nullify all buffs. So I want to wait until he gets that Primal Fury. I'm going to launch my L3. This is pretty cool. I'm going to do damage for each buff that I nullify, which is all of them. And then, because of the node, which is Power Reserve, because of Mystic Dispersion, and then because of the 200% Mystic boost that I am running, I am right back on an L3, so I just wait out another Primal Fury. I'm going to launch another L3. And you guys see when I come out of this L3 animation, I am again at 3 full bars of power. So, it's pretty cool. Magik is obviously very good on this node, and I highly recommend you not place a Cosmic Champion on this node, because this is ultimately what is going to happen, regardless of who it is. I see a lot of Cosmic Champs on this node for some reason, including Hyperion, I think just because of the Power Reserve, but he gets power locked by Magik very quickly, and then Magik can just absolutely crush you. So on this node, we have a 565 Science Champ. I use the Scatter Lens tool. I know that it is a void. So I reset my masteries, I put on Deep Wounds, and I'm going to start this fight off parrying him, which will start the Masochism timer. It's a 7-second timer. But generally speaking, on node 23, I like to start with a parry so that I can get that Masochism started early. And then yeah, really it's just a standard void fight. Try to push him to an L2, and it's a little bit easier to evade than his L1, I think. And then I'll just continue to parry him. You see that some of the Masochism triggers fail due to Danger Sense, which is kind of nice. And this L2 will finish him. So that is it for Blade this war. He's done. He did a good job in 2 fights. And now we're on to the main show. This is Killmonger on node 29. Now, I will talk about this briefly here in a second, but this is only a 455. So I am going to show you guys what I set my masteries to. So here we have the basic 3 utility masteries. And then in defense, I'll show you that here in a second. I'm speeding along here. We're going to get up to the standard, I would say, the standard 15 points in offense that unlock the 2 additional trees. So there's your standard 15 points. And then I'm going to go ahead and put 5 of 5 in Assassin, because that's really going to help on this node with Aspect of Evolution. And then with Magik, it's very crucial to do 3 out of 3 in Double Edge and at least 2 out of 3 in Recoil. Now actually, a lot of times I'll use 3 out of 3 in Recoil. It kind of depends on the boost that I'm using. And then you see here, I'm going to fill out with some Cruelty and Precision there. And then in defense, I'm going to also throw on 3 of 3 Willpower and 2 of 3 Coagulate because of the double Edge. But Coagulate you really don't need to use if you're comfortable with this fight. I was just being a little bit overly cautious because this was the first war of the season. Now, I'm also going to show you all of the boosts that I use in these fights, and it's always the same if I've got the boost available. So number 1, I'm going to be using the Greater Champ boost, and then the Greater Attack boost. A 200% Mystic boost, though a 150 does work. 12% Mystic Special boost, and then of course the Power Start 1 boost. Another thing that really does help, especially against a 565 Killmonger, is a Morning Star for the synergy with Magik. Obviously not needed in this war because this is just a 455. But we're going to go through this fight, and I'm going to kind of tell you what I like to do. Now, at the start of this fight, I like to back up. So I'm going to back up, and I'm going to try to get to this point right here. And then I'm going to let him charge at me. I'm going to dash back, and I'm going to hit him with a light attack. It's very critical to have this skill for Killmonger on node 29 so that you don't take any block damage. And then here you see that I'm going to get back to that intermediary space there and let him charge at me. When he has a special 2, I'm going to let go of my block. I don't want to block. That should bait him. And then here you see that I did have an L2 in my previous combo, but I saved it because I wanted to steal as much of his power as possible. And regain some of my power too. So there's the power steal. It's going to put me over 2 bars of power. I did start the masochism timer with my power lock that I put on him. But because of the power return boost that I'm using and because of power steal, which is native to Magik's abilities, I'm able to get in 2 L2s during that 1 masochism timer, which is really also another crucial thing for fighting Killmonger on this node. So almost every time you guys are going to see me able to get 2 L2s in during that 7-second masochism timer. Alright, and then that is also why I'm waiting it out here a little bit. And another concern too, a lot of people are concerned with reverberation. Certainly on a 455, reverberation with Magik is not really something you should worry about. But you can play around the reverb timer if you're using a different champ like Ghost or Stark Spider-Man. I don't recommend using those champs against Killmonger on 29. I think that Magik is by far the best attacker option. But yeah, that is how to fight Killmonger on node 29. In later videos, I will show you some examples of fighting a 565 on node 29. You guys did see there too my hit count was 87. Now, against a 565 with the Morningstar Synergy, you're going to be around 95 to 100. So, just to give you guys a little perspective there. Okay, and then we did have a minor hiccup on this Medusa. So, because I am fully boosted, or I was fully boosted from the Killmonger fight, I'm just going to come in and finish this fight off. And again, I did go ahead and reset my masteries since they were free this week to reset it. And the strategy with Magik against Medusa is pretty simple. You just want to get to an L3, wait until Medusa has Living Strands active, which is 3 Furies, and then throw your L3. You'll nullify all of her active buffs, and then obviously you don't have to play around her Living Strands too, which is just causes mistakes when you're trying to play around it, I think. And actually, I must not have, because of because I was using the Power Start 1 boost, actually, I think I did not go in to reset my master. So that's okay. I mean, she was at half health when I started this fight, so not really a big deal. And I'm just trying to bait out a special. I get that special, hit into her once, and then I think I'm just going to try to bait a heavy and counter heavy, or counter medium is fine too. Now Living Strands is gone, and I can finish her off pretty safely. So that is it. That is war number 1. That was against MMXIV. As you guys probably know by now, we did win this war. And that is all. I will try to post another one very soon. Thanks a bunch.